Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum head up an A-list cast in the new adventure romance comedy film, The Lost City. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It, and welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new film, The Lost City. It is in theaters now, and like I said, it stars Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, but also Daniel Radcliffe is here, Brad Pitt, Divine Joy Randolph, so some up-and-comers in addition to some hot A-list stars that have been shining for a while, but maybe that we have not seen on the big screen in a little while. So we'll talk about all of that. But first, I do want to welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. Please, if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe down below there. Would love to have you aboard. I'm heading towards 1,000 subscribers and would love to have you as part of that. But comment below too. Did you see The Lost City? What did you think of it? And let me know in the comments down below there. So this movie is something that we really do not see anymore, certainly on the big screen. The big budget romance comedy film. This used to be all the rage, back in the 80s when I was growing up. You had Jewel of the Nile and Romancing the Stone, and into the 90s, you did 6 Days, 7 Nights and stuff like that. But comedies in general are kind of dead at the box office, and this is before COVID too. Big budget comedies were starting to move to streaming even before COVID hit. Adam Sandler had his big Netflix deal years ago, and he's been cranking them out there, and sort of the day of the R-rated comedy was sort of dwindling. The last couple of success stories I think we had in that vein were Blockers and Game Night, and that was probably 2018, I want to say. So long before COVID, the comedy genre and was sort of dying at the box office. And I was thinking, I work in a movie theater, and so I was thinking of the last comedy movie that we had, and it was, that wasn't like Encanto or something for kids, was Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, and that was about 9 months ago. And that was certainly, again, in the action comedy vein, much like this. But yeah, we just don't see this kind of movie on the big screen anymore. So it warmed my heart that this had a really nice opening weekend, because it may prompt filmmakers to reconsider that sort of notion that comedies are dead on the big screen. This movie is a lot of things. Like I said, it's a romance, it's an adventure movie for sure, but it is at its heart, I think, a comedy. And Sandra Bullock, she hasn't been on the big screen in a while. Her last couple of movies went straight to Netflix. Bird Box, which that was not a comedy, of course, either. That was more in the horror thriller vein. And then The Unforgivable, which was a drama. A little bit of thriller, I think, too, if I remember correctly, but mostly a drama. But I think people are excited to see Sandra Bullock back on the big screen. I know I was. And Channing Tatum, of course, on another one of his highs, the movie Dog, doing very well for him about a month ago at the box office. And then Daniel Radcliffe, he keeps sort of surprising us with the roles that he's doing post Harry Potter. He goes sort of from interesting movie to interesting movie, never really doing the same thing twice, doing a lot of different genres. His next movie is a biopic of Weird Al, so it's great that he's like the billionaire villain here in this movie. So all right, but before I get too far, let me just give you the basic plot synopsis if you don't know. Again, we don't do spoilers here, but Sandra Bullock basically plays a romance novelist who has had this huge successful career with a series of books featuring Channing Tatum's character as her cover model, but she really wants to sort of get out of the biz. She made like 20 of these books, and there's going to be no love lost when she hangs it up after this current book. Whereas Channing Tatum, he's loving the ride of being recognized as this pretty boy cover model, but he also kind of maybe wants more from his life as well. But enter the eccentric billionaire played by Daniel Radcliffe, who insists that the treasures from Sandra Bullock's stories are indeed real. The city is real. The treasures are real. Here is a map that I found. So he kidnaps her, and it's up to Channing Tatum and crew, including Brad Pitt, to come rescue her. So yeah, I was excited about this premise. I was excited about this movie coming out, and I have to say, it did not disappoint. It is hilarious. It's definitely the funniest movie I've seen on the big screen. I guess Free Guy really was the last one we had anyway. I'm not sure if it's quite as funny as Free Guy, but in terms of the romance adventure movie, This definitely fills a need that I'm not sure if we knew that we needed, but we did. We needed it. This is, a great way to take an hour and 50 minutes and just laugh and sit back and relax and enjoy these antics. And for PG-13, it gets a little bit, naughty by nature, I guess, a bit ribald. We see Channing Tatum's butt in many times in the movie, but in one scene specifically, we see it plenty. Which for a PG-13, we don't see nudity a ton, so that was kind of fun. But that's sort of the whole vein of this movie, is just sort of, let's have a good time. Yes, we're being silly. Yes, we're being over the top. And I think that's what this movie called for. The Daniel Radcliffe character is just so, over the top and almost mustache twirling, but it works with the flow of this entire movie. Because of this sort of romance novel angle, this plays out like, one of her theoretical romance novels, the Sandra Bullock character, and it really leans into that, and it works so much in that vein. Now, I will say, we're not reinventing the wheel here. The originality level maybe is not too high, especially if you saw some of those 80s, Romancing the Stone, Jewel of the Nile, that kind of thing. This is a lot in that kind of vein. So I'm not sure that they're being wholly original here, other than to sort of bring this genre back in a big way with some A-list superstars. And there are a couple of sort of dips in the enjoyment of the movie, particularly, I guess, when, again, we're not going to do spoilers, but when, Bullock and Tatum are sort of connecting a little bit more, and there's like a whole dance sequence that, like, all right, I could have done without. I guess for the people that are coming to this movie mostly for the romance, they will certainly get more out of it than I did. I was coming more for the comedy and the action adventure aspect of it, and in those two, it certainly succeeded. I think it does succeed, though, as a romance as well. It really does all three of these things pretty well. And so I have to commend it for that. And Sandra Bullock, look, I've always been a fan from back in the, I guess, Speed days and The Net. I thought that was such a cool movie when I was in college. But I think, she's really only gotten better with age. I think the Miss Congeniality movies, To the Blind Side, to Gravity, I mean, she just really is pumping them out. And I actually think Channing Tatum, in a couple of places, has a hard time keeping up with her comedic chops. He can be a funny dude for sure, but I'm not sure he's as funny as she is, to be honest. And I think there's a few scenes where we sort of see him maybe struggle a little bit to keep up with how quick she is, and the comedic timing. It didn't detract me from the movie at all. I wasn't like, oh, that Channing Tatum is out of place here. He's not, but certainly I think she is whip smart with the comedic timing, and it's on display full force here. And Daniel Radcliffe, great as the mustache twirling villain, and Brad Pitt as sort of the meditative yogi. He does a good job too. But this is a lot of fun. Again, maybe not the most original thing out there, but I'm glad that it is doing good business at the box office, because hopefully it will prompt producers to make more of these kind of movies, because I've missed them. I really have, on this kind of big scale. So I give The Lost City a B+. Thanks for watching, and we'll see everybody next time. Bye.